guys, and welcome to the first part of this week's Coffee and Hero show, taking you through what's new into the store this week. So obviously, as I chatted before about it a little bit, we obviously had a really good free comic book day. So I always use that money to then reinvest in the store, offer as much choice as possible, get as much stock in as possible. So pretty big week this week in terms of what's new in. I mean, it is the usual collection of some newly released titles, but also topping up some great older titles as well. So kick things off with a bunch of stuff that's all new this week. So first of all, you have Astonishing Iceman out cold. So this was from Steve Orlando and Vincenzo Carotto. This was a 5-issue miniseries, obviously part of the X-Men line, the Krakoan era. Next up is Capwolf and the Howling Commandos. So this was by Stephanie Phillips, Carlos Magno. This was a 4-issue miniseries. Steve Rogers is Capwolf again, obviously Howling Commandos in here as well. Captain America being transformed into a werewolf. What's not to love? Next up is the second part of Joshua Williamson's run on Superman. This was a storyline called The Chained. Gleb Melnikov on art predominantly for this one, although some art by David Baldian and Bruno Redondo as well. This covers Superman 6 to 12, so actually a 7-issue trade, which is good value there. Next up is Captain Marvel. So this is the start of the new volume of Captain Marvel. This is written by Alyssa Wong with art by Jan Bazaluda. And this contains the first 5 issues of the series, which kicked off in 2023. Continuing on with the X-Men stuff, we have Uncanny Avengers, The Resistance. This is Uncanny Avengers 1 to 5, but also has material from the free comic book day issue from last year, 2023. And this is Jared Dugan predominantly on this, with Javier Garon on art, Joshua Cassara as well. A couple of Epic collections up next, so we're going back in time quite a bit here. Volume 3 of the Captain America Epic Collection. This covers 1969 to 1971. It's called Bucky Reborn, and this covers Captain America 120 to 138, so Stan Lee on writing duties there. Also, we have Captain America here, but this is actually an Amazing Spider-Man volume, which is Amazing Spider-Man Assassination. This is from 1989. Volume 19 covers Amazing Spider-Man 311 to 325, as well as an annual and a Marvel graphic novel, Amazing Spider-Man Parallel Lives as well. So you've got the likes of Michelini worked on this, McFarlane, Liefeld, Larson, all the Image guys, before they obviously set up Image themselves. Trade paperback in for Poison Ivy, The Virtuous Cycle. This is volume 1 of basically the new run that kicked off on Poison Ivy, which has been going for quite some time now. So this collects issues 1 to 6 altogether. Captain America, we just can't get away from him this week, but this is fantastic. If you listen to our podcast at all, you'll know that this was my pick for best ongoing last year from Marvel. Captain America, J. Michael Straczynski, a couple of artists on this. You've got Jesus Says and Lan Medina. Absolutely brilliant. Always tells a two-tiered story. Steve when he was younger, back during the war days, and Steve in modern day. Absolutely fantastic. A little bit of Daredevil for you up next. This is Daredevil Black Armor. So this was a 4-issue miniseries by D.G. Chichester and Nitho Diaz. Daredevil is back in black, one of those sort of Marvel retro titles. Next up is Contest of Chaos. This was a storyline that ran across a series of annuals for Marvel last year. So it ran across, for example, Scarlet Witch annual, Spider-Man annual, Iron Man annual, Fantastic Four annual, etc., etc. So Agatha Harkness wants a new Darkhold, and she's using Earth's heroes to get it. Next up is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars Battle Worlds. So this is from Tom DeFalco, Pat O'Leaf. This was a 4-issue miniseries, returning the Battle World of the Secret Wars era. Next up, we've got 2 different ones here. So 2 different covers for one of the best titles of the last sort of 6 to 8 months. And that is the Universal Monsters Dracula. So you've got your traditional trade here, which is your Martin Simmons cover, which is the cover for issue 1 as well. But you've also got as well, and this is becoming more and more of a trend, you're getting what's called a direct market exclusive cover. So these covers are only available in comic book stores. There's another title through here I'll point it out for as well. So again, if you want this lovely hardcover, comic stores are the only way to get that. Next up, Adventures of Superman by George Perez. So obviously an absolutely iconic comic creator. This contains pretty much his whole run. DC Comic Presents, Action Comics annuals, Action Comics issues, Superman issues, and then loads of art as well. So yeah, one of the most revered artists certainly in the history of the game. Next up, this was in a couple of weeks ago, but we sold it pretty quickly. So back in stock is Dark Souls, the complete collection. This is through Titan Comics. This was a collection of 4 different mini-series altogether. The Breath of Andalus, Winter Spite, Legends of the Flame, and Age of Fire. So doing a little bit of backtracking at the moment as well to, you know, bulk out the sections, make sure complete runs are there. So we got the volumes missing from Saga that we needed to get back in, so we have the complete run. So volumes 5, 11, 10 and 3. So again, if you come in now, no matter where you are in your reading in terms of Saga, you should be able to get whatever volume you need. I was trying to do the same as well with Deadly Class, one of my favourite series, as you well know. So we've got like loads of number 1s back in stock. We've also got volume 3 here as well. Next up, we have a Marvel Modern Era Epic Collection. This is for Hulk, more accurately the Red Hulk era. So this is your Jeff Loeb, your Ed McGuinness era. This is covering Hulk 1 to 12 from the 2008 series, as well as King Size Hulk, 1 to 12, yeah. King Size Hulk 1 and Incredible Hulk 600 and Wolverine 50 as well. Next up, from Neil Gaiman and Mark Buckingham, we have Miracle Man, The Silver Age. This, I believe, was you know, highly requested and highly sought after for quite a number of years. So all collected into one. Another one that we sold out of, so of course it's straight back in stock. Do a Powerbomb. You've heard me talk about this title at length. I'm sure you're bored listening to me about it, but you know what? It's just that good. Of course, that's Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer. A little bit of triggering for Stephen, apologies. We have Civil War 2, a new volume of this. So Brad Michael Bendis, David Marquez on art for this one. So this is Civil War 0 to 8, as well as the free comic book day material from Civil War 2 from 2016. I've talked before about direct market exclusive covers. So last week we received in Transformers Volume 1, which was your traditional Darren Warren Johnson cover. There is a direct market exclusive edition as well. Now we will mark these on the front, but it also does say them on the back, direct market exclusive edition. So this was a cover done by John Boy Myers, and same again, only available in comic stores. Finish off the sort of smaller books with Lockjaw, Avengers Assemble. So this is one aimed at a slightly younger audience. Again, you can always tell by the smaller book. So this collects Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers 1 to 4 and Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers Unleashed 1 to 4. So again, we always like to try and get as much stuff in as possible to appeal to younger readers as well. So onto the big boy books. So back in stock ahead of Volume 2 coming out, I think next week, we have Predator The Original Years, Volume 1. So this is starting to collect all that Dark Horse material all together into one volume. So you've got Predator, Predator 2, Predator Big Game, Cold War, Bloody Sands of Time, Bad Blood, Invaders from the Fourth Dimension, Dark River, Strange Root, Kindred 1 to 4, and then loads of material from Dark Horse Presents as well. Obviously, I mentioned Deadly Class there. We always like to try and keep the hardcover volumes in stock as well. So 2, 3, and 4 on the shelves downstairs. Number 1 back in stock to make sure we've got all of those. Getting in some of the Image compendiums now as well. So we have Walking Dead Compendium 1. So of course, Robert Kirkman, Charlie Adler, Tony Moore on there. We have Invincible compendiums back in. We've only really recently been able to get the hardcover compendiums. We're able to get the softcover ones again. So we've got both Volume 2 and Volume 1 back in stock. And then we finish off this week with a release I've been waiting on for quite some time, which is Something Is Killing the Children, the deluxe hardcover edition, Volume 2. So Volume 1 of this sold out like that and then became really, really hard to find. So I wouldn't delay on Volume 2 if you are collecting them this way. You know, some people collect sick tick and trade, some people do it in single issues, and some people have been doing this, the hardcovers as well. So this will take you up to issue 30, I believe. So basically the first 6 arcs across the 2 volumes of Something Is Killing the Children. So yeah, as I say, tons in this week, tons of new stuff going on the racks in both the new release section and the back section. Check back in with us later, of course. We'll have our single issues out this week, video up as well, so you can check that out for the new releases. But yeah, as I say, store will be packed to capacity, so hopefully I'll see you throughout the week. Hopefully you're keeping well, and I'll see you soon. Look forward to it. Take it easy.